Welcome, guys. Crypto FUD. Let's jump right into this. All right. Happy Saturday, guys. Welcome. Overcome, Rodney, Bullish, TJ. What's going on, guys? Welcome. I wonder how many times I say welcome when we start off. Probably like, 20 times? Well, because you're having a great Saturday, let's jump right into this. I know we're a little early. We'll probably have a smaller crowd today, but they can watch after the fact. But let's get right into it, guys. So what is going on with the markets? What is going on for today? Well, if you guys remember, we didn't have a stream yesterday. Obviously, Fridays, it's hit or miss. Thursday stream, I did point out that we were forming some kind of a bull flag. And look exactly how it played out. Look at this beautiful bull flag that played out, broke right out. And guess what? We're forming another bull flag as we speak. Now, if you guys remember, we did this same pattern when Bitcoin was very bullish, like probably back in March when we were making all-time highs or getting to making all-time highs. We actually were doing the same kind of a pattern where you'd have these run-ups and then you'd have a downward channel form, which is aka a bull flag, and then eventually it would break out again, same thing, downward channel, basically another bull flag, and then boom, it would consistently happen like this. Now, we would have days or weeks where we would break out of this pattern, but this right here is a very bullish pattern, in my opinion, given bull flags, bull run, bull market, right? You can see it. This is usually how, and this is what you're going to want to see when you're in a bull run, this kind of a play right here that we basically have formed in the last week. So right now, Bitcoin sitting around 66,677, looking like she wants to break out of this bull flag here. Now, I will say it is Saturday. You guys know what I always say. Volume usually will die out most of the time on the weekends, where it's just usually retail investors, but nothing too crazy, right? We're not usually seeing any kind of a mass influx of money coming in or out usually during the weekends. It usually tends to be now with the ETFs during the weekdays. So with that being said, I'm not expecting any kind of a major breakout. We could see a nice little run or possibly us break out of the channel, but I don't see us really running up and retest or coming up and testing the 69,000 as of this weekend. Now, this week, I do think we're going to be coming up and testing, well, we've already been up there, right? But I do think that we're going to be retesting that 69,000 area, which is a big spot because you guys know this is our previous all-time high back in 2021. I think it's just as we are below it, it's going to be a big spot for some resistance. And obviously, we still, to this day, if you guys remember the streams just a month, 2 months ago, when we were even above 69, I said, guys, we have still not come back and bounced off the 69, giving us confirmation that we have support. And you guys can see we broke that 69 real easily. It was not support as we came back down. So with that being said, obviously, we're going to take it in baby steps, and I think on our way up, 69,000 is going to be a big spot for some resistance, right? But we will break through it eventually. I have no doubt in my mind. The reason why I'm thinking that 69,000 is definitely going to be in play this week, remember, we covered this. What's going on, Gina? Art, we covered this this past week. We read the article. They're anticipating on Tuesday, the 23rd, that we're going to be seeing the ETFs for Ethereum going live, right? Now, with that being said, I do think that that's going to possibly bring a lot of hype into the market, right? Just another big ETF that's going to be going live, obviously for the second biggest project in the crypto market. Definitely going to be bringing a lot of money into the space and just bringing a lot of publicity and eyes into the crypto market. So with that being said, definitely think it's going to be a plus in regards to the market. We will have to see how this plays out, because if you guys remember ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, remember when it first started off, it was a very bumpy and turbulent time for a solid probably about a month after the ETFs went live, right? Remember all that anticipation going into the ETFs went live. The first, couple days was all right, and then boom, we start seeing all this sell pressure, and we're like, everybody's like, what the hell is going on? And you saw that Grayscale particularly was selling off their actual Bitcoin to liquidate themselves for the ETFs, which was causing massive sell pressure And it was just basically like every week we were seeing some kind of a just we didn't crash, but it was just causing a lot of confusion in the markets because we were expecting Bitcoin to absolutely rip, and it didn't. Remember, for the first few weeks, first month, it didn't. But then what happened after that month passed? We ended up making all-time highs for Bitcoin. So, and then we had the halving, right? So I know, doesn't that feel like that was like a year ago? It feels like it was so long ago. Coming over to Solana, same thing for Solana, you guys. Remember, we had formed this bull flag, and I said, it was kind of a sloppy bull flag, but I could see the channel forming. And look how this broke out, exactly the same thing. And look, now it looks like we're making even a more defined bull flag as we run up. Solana yesterday did top out at around 172.40, and you can see since then she has had a little bit of a retracement. But what I do like about Solana is that she broke that 167. She broke the 167, right? Coming down into this channel, and has so far what it looks to be. I'm not necessarily sold on it yet, but looks to be finding support at the 167, which would be very, very bullish to sit there and find that support. That would only catapult us, probably making us higher moves for Solana. Now remember, Solana's recent high for this run that we've been in so far has been about $210. So we aren't far. And if you really zoom out, remember, I said Solana was forming this big bull flag right here. We were zoomed in looking at the little small bull flags, right? If you look here, Solana has been making a really big bull flag. And you can see so far she is starting to break out of this bull flag that I had pointed out. 210 was the top of this market so far. If you really look at the top of Solana to where we're at right now, she's only about 19.5% away from making new highs on this cycle. Not far at all, and 100% she is going to be breaking that $210 mark. We just don't know when. But you can see that's literally like a day or two for Solana. She could easily break out. So Larry's in the house. What's going on, bro? Twan, my boy Twan, ain't seen Twan in a little while, bro. Listen, guys, members, hear me out. Tomorrow, we have a members only stream. I have something for you guys. I'm not going to announce it. We're just going to be there or be square tomorrow. Obviously, if you can't make the stream tomorrow, you'll still be fine, right? But I have something for you guys tomorrow, all right? So we will have our members only stream. I know I owed you. We didn't have a members only stream last weekend. That was like the first time in like probably 12 weeks we haven't had a members only stream. But don't worry. Tomorrow I'm going to make it up to you guys, all right? So I got something big for you guys tomorrow. So we will take care of that tomorrow. I'll announce in the Discord. Obviously, you guys remember, so you'll get that instant alert whenever we do go live for members only stream for tomorrow. And anybody that wants to jump in on it, you guys have time. Jump in. $5 to join. Be a better trader. But yeah, for the most part, markets don't look bad at all. Looking at the crypto bubbles for today, Troy said, good morning, NFK to the moon. How did I know Troy was going to come in saying that? Keep it up, Troy. Twan said, what's up, Crip? I picked up a second job. There you go, bro. Keep grinding, bro. Keep grinding until we get rich, right? However, by any means, dude. Much respect for you, bro. And like we always talk about when the job reports come out, we always talk about, they're like, oh yeah, 200,000 jobs were created. And I tell you guys this all the time. 90% of those jobs are people that are getting second jobs, right? Some people have to get third jobs. Now, I will tell you, a lot of the people that are getting second and third jobs, not saying you, Twan, but I'm saying other people, most of the time they work at jobs where they can only get 20 or 30 hours a week. So they have to go get another job to kind of fill in that full-time job, or, work more than 40 hours a week. So, I mean, if you really look at it, they might have two jobs, but they're working 45, 50 hours a week, which is pretty much, standard for a full-time job in the States, unfortunately, right? You want to break out of that wormhole, though, bro. You want to break out of that wormhole and just, hopefully your investments pay off so you can have money by your side. But hell yeah, much respect to you, bro. Gina came in, said Mog and when, please. I got you. So looking at the crypto bubbles for today, if you really look, this is the first time in a while. If you look at the hour, the daily, the weekly, monthly, yearly, everything is in the green. Everything's in the green right now. It's telling you that the markets look good right now. They really do. They look good. Looking at the fear and let me see here. The fear and greed index, we have moved up. You see how we went from, remember, just a week ago, we were in fear. We were right on the border of neutral, but we dipped into fear, right? That was when we were coming off of the German government selling. Now we're getting into greed. What is this telling me? I'm telling you guys, I do really believe in my heart that this week, in the next weeks, we're going to be seeing Bitcoin probably jumping up to 69, 70,000, if not higher, right? Now, this is also if we don't get thrown any curveballs, right? But the way the charts are looking, you got the fear and greed index. The greed is starting to come up there. This is usually a big indication that people are starting to really get back up to being bullish, and that means money flowing back into the markets, right? So I hope you guys did get your positions in when we were dipping. I always tell you guys this. I always tell you guys, when people are scared is when you should be buying, right? And then when this bad boy jumps up and we're in max greed, that's when you should be looking to possibly reposition yourself. Don't let the greed take over. Get the profits. You're always going to have more opportunity to buy back in on those projects. That's when patience is going to have to set in, right? You let that patience set in. You wait. Let the markets do what they're going to do. Even if you don't catch the top, you just made your profits. Now you're kind of waiting, because we always are going to go in cycles. Even during a bull run, we're always going to go into cycles where, for a month we're pumping like crazy, and then, the next month, whatever happens or whatever the case is, Bitcoin's having a retracement, right? She might not drop back down to some of these lows that we were at previously, but that's an indication right there. That's an opportunity for you to get back in on whatever you're, you're eyeing or whatever you're bullish on, and run it back up again, right? It's what's going on, bro? I was about to check on you in the Discord. I haven't seen you say anything in a while. What's going on, bro? I mean, what's going on, Whale? That's right. We refer to him as the Whale in here. Rodney said, Popcat bullish. Said, hopefully Milady sets us free from this beep matrix. I hear you, bro. I hear you. You know what, man? I don't know about you guys, but crypto has changed my life. It really has. I've always been in good positions, like even from when I was always a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Like I always was a hustler. I'm good at, obviously you guys can see on my YouTube channel, I'm always good at networking. I'm good at I'm the type of person that, like, when I'm in the gym, everybody knows me because I say hello to everybody. I talk to everybody. I know what their careers are. I network everywhere I go, right? And I've always been able to put myself in good positions. And what I mean is, like, so I've always, even coming out of high school and stuff like that, I always was able to get into good careers or get into good positions at places where I was making really good money, right? Because I was always a good salesman. I was always a good talker. I don't mind getting in front of crowds. I actually thrive when I'm in front of crowds. You know what I'm saying? So I do stuff that people are usually socially scared to do, and it's always put me in a good position. But what I'm getting to is, on another front with crypto, I've always been a good businessman as far as investors and like to take risk, and crypto has changed my life for the better on a lot of fronts, where I've been able to seek that financial freedom. I'm not necessarily there whatsoever, but I've seen the opportunity that crypto's given, and I'm telling you guys, if you guys can just, you make good moves, you have patience, you listen to some of the stuff that I'm saying, obviously take it with a grain of salt, because maybe some of the stuff that I do doesn't necessarily work for everybody, right? We all have different goals, we have different, mindsets and stuff like that, that's great. That's what makes us humans, right? But at the end of the day, I try to give a broad guideline of what's worked for me, right? Dollar cost average in, patience, taking the greed out, getting those profits when you have them, right? Again, it rolls back to having patience and setting myself into good positions. No diddy on that one, but being able to just keep doing the cycle over and over and learning, sitting there, just looking at the charts. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Just like looking at the charts. What are the charts telling me? Things like that. you know, if you guys have this beautiful thing in front of you right now that you're able to make money, you don't even have to leave your house and you can do investments and make money. Capitalize on it. Capitalize on it. I'm telling you, I feel like we're running a work seminar right now, but capitalize on it, because you are getting gifted this opportunity that nobody in the history of mankind has ever had. Yes, there's been other things that maybe they could do, but think about it, guys. You can click on your phone, on your tablet, on your cell phone, or I'm sorry, on your laptop, whatever the case, whatever you're trading on, and you can make money. All you have to do is make the right moves. And I know that seems easier said than done, but if you learn from your mistakes and you keep thriving and you keep trying to just get yourself in those good positions, it's going to pay out. And you will, like I said, you'll have that same sense of what I have, where I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I know financial freedom is on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? For a big chunk of us, right? So keep pushing, keep thriving. I'm telling you guys, we're going to make it. And like I said, as long as you guys are just, buying when people are scared, and holding, for the right time, the right moment, and not letting that greed take over, you're going to be good. You're going to be good. All right. It takes time though. It really does. It said it changes his entire life. Hell yeah, bro. Jay said, let's go. It said, if you ever need a building put up, I'm your guy, bro. It's real quick, without giving me like your demographic, or not demographic, but your geographic, what state are you in? What state are you in? I'm curious to know. Twan with the $10 super chat, bro. I appreciate that. He said, hey, Crip, do you think this cycle is going to be one of the biggest cycles we're going to see? That's a good question, bro. I will say, bro, the reason why I want to say yes, because last cycle was absolutely crazy, right? It was absolutely crazy. This cycle, I do think that we're gonna match it. I really do think market cap wise, we're gonna do better, and the reason is because of the ETFs that we have for Bitcoin and the ETFs that we have for Ethereum, right? And then imagine if the ETFs get dropped for like Solana and possibly XRP. I think the amount of money, the market cap is gonna be a lot higher than we were previous. Now, are all the alts going to do the same thing as 2021, where every single alt freaking just absolutely just, goes like crazy parabolic? Possibly, right? Possibly. I do think, like I said, it's all about positioning yourself into some of these projects. There's going to be a handful of meme coins that are going to absolutely rip, and there's going to be a handful of meme coins that aren't going to really, they're going to have gains, but compared to some of these other ones, they're not going to do as well, right? With some of these big cap projects, I really do think that like Solana, Ton, right? These are these ecosystems that have emerged in the last like year or two that have absolutely killed it, right? Ethereum obviously is going to be a good one. I think Ethereum and Bitcoin kind of go together as your ultimate stable project that you hold, right? It might not give you the most gains, but I do think it's that stable, it'll give your portfolio stability, right? But to answer your question, I do think that we are going to have I think that we're going to at least match, most likely do better this bull run. Now, what's crazy, Twan, is this bull run, it seems like if you look at the charts, if we look at the charts for like Bitcoin, it seems like we're kind of on the same path, but it's been a little bit wonky as far as like Bitcoin making all-time highs real early, and I think it's due to the ETFs, right? I keep going back to the ETFs because that right there is like throwing, it just threw us like not a curveball, a good curveball, right? But it just kind of threw on a different kind of a different kind of realm that we're in now as far as this 4-year cycle. So with that being said, I really do think that we're going to see, a bigger cycle this year. Could possibly be the biggest one. Now, if you really look back at some of the cycles from back when Bitcoin was like, I don't remember the exact bull run, years, but if you look back, I think 2019 was a big one. Bitcoin actually ran more in like 2019, if I'm not mistaken, than it did in 2021. And you're like, why? The market cap was higher in 2021, but it's because Bitcoin was at like hundreds of dollars and it moved up to thousands, right? Now we're in a cycle where Bitcoin's at like 50K, 60K, right? We're going to see Bitcoin probably get up to 150,000. But if you look at the percent wise as far as gains, it won't be as big as some of the moves that it made back in some of these previous bull runs. I think where you're going to see a lot of bigger gains are going to be those larger cap projects that aren't Bitcoin. And I'm telling you, like Solana, like Ton, and I'm sure there's a few other, projects that are like have solid market caps, but they're not crazy enormous, that are going to probably do some big gains. And then also these, you can't deny these meme coins, right? Whatever these meme coins, whatever particular meme coins, and we all have a list, right? PEPE, you have PEPE, BONK, Myro, Milady, Mog. You gotta throw Mog in it now, right? Mog. I'm sure I can look at this. Popcat's been killing it. Brett's been killing it. There's probably gonna be about 20 to 30 meme coins, and they're gonna be fighting to get to that top spot. I think PEPE is going to be the ultimate meme coin at the end of the day, but you're going to have, like I said, those other 19 that are going to be sitting there trying. There's only going to be so much money that's going into meme coins, right? We covered this, I think, like 6 months ago. We compared 2021 and how much money actually came into the meme coins, and it was like, I think it was like $150 billion that went into the meme coins. I think it's going to be a lot more this time, but there's going to be a lot more competition, a lot more to split up between, these meme coins. Back in 2021, there was, only a handful of meme coins, and really the two that dominated were Shiba and Doge, right? Those were the only two that really dominated and made like a crazy move on here. I don't think that they're going to do the same moves this time around. They're going to still be big meme coins, but they're going to have to get out of the way of PEPE and Dog with Hat and some of these projects that are going to shatter faces. So, but let's just hope, bro. Let's just hope that we do see a bigger cycle. I do think we have the recipe to do that, as far as the ETFs and stuff like that, all in our favor. I do think that we have the recipe to possibly see a bigger bull run. Probably, could I say, maybe the biggest one that we've ever seen. So Troy said NFK needs a green bubble. We looked that up, bro. So bubbles are based off the top 1,000 per market cap. So top 1,000 ranked per market cap. So right now, in order for, let me see here. See how it goes to top 1,000? Oh, look at this. I forgot that I put this on here for favorites. Ladies, 7%. So if you see right here, Troy, this is the top 1,000, right? This is 900 to 1,000. If you look at the market caps for the 1,000, for the last one on the list, it has to have a market cap of $11 million. So that's really not, that's a big move from where we're at right now. But we actually, if you think about it, at the prime of, if you think about the prime of where we've been, we were at $2.5 million at our all-time high. Wasn't far. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't far. So one day, we will have a bubble on here. I guarantee it. We're going to have a bubble on here. And it's going to be the biggest bubble you've ever seen. All right, so let's check out some projects because I know a couple people are asking. Gina was first. Gina said, Mog and when, please. What are you saying? Mog and like when's Mog going to shoot up? Is that what you're asking me? Gina. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm not supposed to say any jokes because someone came on here and said that Crip, he said, bro, your jokes are corny. Can you just stop? And he was being serious. He didn't say like LOL or I'm just playing or JK. He just said, bro, your jokes are corny. Can you stop? Yeah, that's what I go through, guys. It's tough being a YouTuber around here nowadays. You got to do there's like a balance of trying to keep it serious and also trying to throw out some jokes, but you can't be corny. It's just like, it's rough out here, guys. It really is. That's why you got to check on your favorite YouTuber from now and then. All right, just kidding around. So Mog. What's going on, Mog? Let's pull up this market cap. So MOG is just been, bro. If you really zoom out. If you zoom out of the month, look at this, Gina. Freaking 155% in the last month. Now remember, this is in the last month. The markets have just started to retrace, like going towards the upside in the last week. 3 weeks out of this month, the whole market was down, and MOG was pumping, right? Was pumping. That's what's crazy. So looking at MOG, like I've continued to say, you know, and I don't want you to think I'm just like going down the same sheet here, but the same thing. As long as we stay above this 236, we're going to continue to most likely stay around this high or keep basically making new highs for MOG. Look at this beautiful, after we made this high right here, where do we bounce? Exactly at the 236 right here. Beautifully. I don't know what other bullishness that you need to see for this to know that MOG right now is going to stay bullish. Now things can change, but I think MOG, since the day that the announcement for the Ethereum ETFs dropped, I don't know why, but MOG particularly has been on a run. Has been on a run since the day we covered the ETFs for Ethereum that they basically were about to get approved. This was like a month or two ago. MOG has started. It has just begun that run. Yes, obviously it's had spots where it's come back and retraced, but if you look at the trend, higher lows as it continues to move. So MOG is looking great. I know, Gina, you're still holding on. Gina was waiting for an exit plan, but for right now, I would just ride it. The project. I would just, take this to the top. You know what I'm saying? Like the project. I would stay in for the project because I think this thing is going to continue to make highs. So definitely looking good. Oh, it said, make sure you guys are liking the stream. Let's see here. What do we got? For some reason, it's not giving. Oh, there it is. Nice. Not doing too bad. We're not doing too bad. I know it's Saturday. I'll have people hit me up. They're like, bro, can you do the Saturday streams like later? They're like, bro, I'm in California and it's freaking like 6 in the morning when you're doing the streams. I'm like, bro, I'm up. We got to cover our stuff. I got people got to do stuff, Now, she also asked about when. And I always say, like, when? Let's see here, when. So when's a little bit different, right? I said when is that sleeper, and I still believe when's that little sleeper right now that's just like kind of hiding in the brushes. You can see she's been hovering at this support level that we've had at around this 88, and also she's coming up and hitting her head at the 786 right here. So all I can say, Gina, for this project is if you're looking long term, I would just kind of wait for this. If it's going to stay in this kind of channel of consolidation, anything around this 88 looks to be a good spot to just be accumulating, bringing your average down if you can, and just adding to your bag at these lows, kind of waiting to see when this thing is going to pop, right? But a couple things that we've already covered with when that I think the reason why I think when is a sleeper. I don't think that when, now I could be completely wrong. I don't think when's going to break out and be the top meme coin of this season, but you don't even need that, right? When you have a market cap that's under $100 million, if you can see $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion, now you're talking about a 20, 30x, right, on your profits. That's all you need to see for a project like this. And this has the capabilities. This thing is a Solana-based project, but it's on Kraken, Gate.io, KuCoin, Bybit, Crypto.com, right? You have a lot of those not the top tier like Binance or Coinbase, but you have those ones that are right there at mid-tier, bigger exchanges where you have a lot of users that have a lot of exposure to this project. Small market cap, I think this project, when it does run, could do really well. So right now, like I said, I would keep an eye on it, Gina, until you can break above this 786 at around this 14.9, 15 area. I'm going to stay not bearish, but I'm going to say this is a buy zone right here. So I would be looking towards if it can come back down anytime it comes back, because you can see it's bounced multiple times off this support level at around the 88. That's what I would be looking for as far as just dollar cost averaging in and adding to my bag if I'm long term on this project. But good luck on that. Now, Mario said, can you check out, let me say it properly. Can you check out Dog Elon Mars, right? Yeah, okay. I have a problem with saying Dogelon. And I haven't been saying it before I go to bed. Remember, I was saying I would do it like 100 times. Doggylon, Doggylon, Doggylon. I haven't really talked about Doggylon in a while. Bro, and this is the reason why. Every time we bring up freaking Doggylon, I just feel like it's literally in the same spot. Like literally in the same spot for the last like year is what it feels like. Obviously you can see it's had a little bit of movement here and there, but just I don't know what's going on, bro. Like this project just needs to they need to really do something here. They have a beautiful community, or they did. You know, if you look at the market cap, 108 million. What's Milady at right now? I think Milady's a little bit higher. 106. So Doggylon is technically bigger than Milady. Technically bigger by $2 billion. So for this project, you know, as far as checking out, you know, this thing is just dormant at what I feel like. Obviously, it has had some kind of movement since the drop that we've all seen in the market. You can see from the bottom to where it's at right now, it has moved up 60%. So that was a nice little move, right? That right there should give you a little bit of hopium that a lot of people are still watching this project, you know, and eating up the dips right here. So you saw a nice move. Obviously, it ran up a little bit higher. Small little retracement. So you can see a lot of people that bought in are still holding for the long term for this project. So what I would say is if this thing has to get above this 24 or really the 618, it's really around the 618 area for me to get bullish on this project. If you can see previously, this thing has been hitting its head at the 618 over and over and over and getting rejected, right? You're starting to come back closer towards the 618. If this thing can break above the 618, you might see a nice little run like we previously did back here in February of the beginning of this year, right? So, but other than that, it's just, you know, it's come up since the drop. Like I said, 60%, but it really just come up. It's come up and it's really still chopping around in that same channel. So if you're long term on this project, I hope, I don't even have any dog in this fight, but I freaking just hope that this project can actually explode out of nowhere, because I feel like if there's a project that people need, you know, like that have held on for so long, I feel like it's Doggylon that have held for so long, just waiting for this this explosion in this project. So I hope it comes. I really do, for the sake of everybody that's invested in that. Okay, it said he's in Connecticut. Nice. Hernandez, what's going on? What are some hot coins to do day trading to get profits and then invest into NFK? We'll have to check that out. I mean, so you're looking for stuff that's that has a lot of movement, is what you're talking about, right? Because I mean, when you're doing day trading, you're gonna want to see, you know, kind of a volatile project where, you know, it might be up 20% and then it's down and, you know, 30% and then back up, you know, something like that. For right now, like looking at even just our watch list, I don't really see anything per se. If you're looking for something like that, you're probably going to need to go into the DeFi section, right? Because DeFi is going to be more of that kind of that volatility that you're looking for as far as day trading. Obviously, with that being said, it's going to hold a lot more risk, you know, of potential losses, you know, so you have to be very careful. But we can pull up some projects on that. We actually, oh, Hernandez, you're not a member. I was going to say we can do that on our members only stream tomorrow. Rodney said Popcat has been killing it since last month. We'll pull that up here in a second. I want to pull that up. Grant said is $3 billion in Milady a good start point? Definitely, bro. That's a solid bag. That's a solid bag. Let's pull up Milady real quick, because I know she was technically up. Let me pull up the 2-hour chart. So Milady doesn't look bad. Remember, I was telling you guys, she has been struggling to get above this this 200. Let me actually change the color on this because it's kind of hard to see. Let me just move it like white. It's a little easier. All right, that's not really too white, but okay. So you guys can see, don't get confused with the and I'm gonna actually I'll take off our moving averages. Those are going to be our simple moving averages. This is going to be the 200-day moving average, right, for the project. She has been really struggling to break above, right? You can see back in June, mid-June, we were bouncing. We came down and bounced, and it looked good. But this was when the market kind of went down, right? Bitcoin was coming down to lower 50s. You can see since then, she has literally been hitting her head or not even retesting it, this 200-day. Now, she is back around, and she did break above the 200-day, but she couldn't hold it as support as of now, right? She did find some support at one of the levels that we do have, which is around that 14.2 area, holding that support. What she's going to need is she's going to need to stay around this area and keep retesting this 200-day moving average, which is around that 14.7, not far from where we're at right now, but she needs to break above. She needs to break above for us to get back to being bullish on ladies. But one thing I always say about ladies is I think long term, she's going to do very well. I think she's going to do fantastic. She has an enormous community behind it. A lot of people hold Milady. A lot of people buy the dips. That'll basically a big indication that a lot of people are still in this project and waiting for the long haul for this, right? So with that being said, $3 billion market cap. I mean, a $3 billion Milady bag right now. Solid foundation. I would say not financial advice, but on any dips, even right now, not a terrible time to be dollar cost averaging in, given that the market cap is still so relatively low. She loves to hang around this $100 million market cap, and then you'll see her explode, usually going towards the upside, right? So right now, like I said, not a bad time to be dollar cost averaging in. If you have patience, maybe wait for some kind of days where we're in the red and eat those dips up. But I think long term, solid bag, and I think it's this project's going to do really well. I really do. You know that we are very bullish on Milady on the channel. So Interstellar said, can you check Jasmine? Is there a new project called Jasmine? I didn't know that, bro. Anybody know about the new project Jasmine? I'm just messing with you. He said Jasmy. Jay said, can you check Ryoshi and meme coin? Yeah, I'll pull it up. You guys are coming out with those requests today. Interstellar said he was talking about Jasmy. Let's pull up Jasmy real quick, and then we're going to cover some news here after I help my boy Jay out. So Jasmy right now sitting around that 3 cent, right under the 3 cent. Same thing that we've kind of covered on a lot of these other projects. Looks like there's some kind of a sloppy bull flag that's kind of formed, right? You can see we had the run. I usually like to show the candles or the flagpole. So we had the run. You guys can see this flag right here, right? So this right here would be considered a bull flag. This is the stuff that we go over during our members only stream. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys hit that join button. I do have something big for our members onlys tomorrow, so you guys still have time. Hit that join, only $5 to join. And we usually have members only stream every week. And I say usually because last weekend was the first time in history that we did not have a members only stream, but making it up to everybody tomorrow. So bull flag, we have this run, then we have the channel, kind of a descending triangle or descending channel is what I like to say, aka a bull flag. I do think that eventually this thing is going to this channel, however long it goes, as far as finding support, is going to eventually break out. Jasmy's probably going to break out somewhere up towards this 3.5 cent. You can see she's definitely broke above 3.5 and found that support previously. So I do think that that's going to happen again. You guys already know. I think that this week that we're getting up, approaching. I don't want to say it because I usually jinx it, but with the Ethereum ETFs coming out, I don't see anything in our. Let me just check here. What do we have coming up? GDP growth coming out on the 25th. GDP growth is coming out on the 25th. What 25th is this week coming up? That's going to be on the Thursday. I think we'll be all right. I still do believe that this week's going to be a solid week. If we get those ETFs to drop on the 23rd, I think the markets are going to probably react positively. So we'll see how this plays out. But Jasmy right now looks good, hovering around that 3 cent, sitting in this channel. I would say about 60% of the time, these channels, these bull flags play out towards the upside. So we could be on the cuffs of a nice little rip for Jasmy, obviously with the market running as well, right? So, but Jasmy, I don't worry about Jasmy, bro. Long term, that's a solid project. Speaking of Jasmy and NFK, what's going on, bro? All right, and then Jay said, can you check out Ryoshi? Let's check out Ryoshi. Let's go. We haven't really talked about Ryoshi in a while. We had a lot of people on the channel previously, like, you go back like 2-3 months ago, people were very bullish on Ryoshi. Obviously, you can see this beautiful run that we had with Ryoshi. Since then, this thing has gone down and dormant, right? Looking at the market cap, not too bad, $700,000 market cap. Liquidity doesn't look bad at all, $200,000 in liquidity. You can kind of see, and we'll map it out here, it looks like she has found some kind of a bottom, right? Looks like she has found some kind of a bottom for now, right? She's bounced off of this multiple times, kind of giving us that indication that she found some kind of a bottom. That's around that 81, 82 mark. So with that being said, you know, with these projects, I think Ryoshi probably will do all right if it can survive until we get into DeFi season. I think that it'll probably do really well. I mean, this is a swap that's on Cronos, right? I think it's died out a lot because the hype has died out, right? You know, I think a lot of people were anticipating that Ryoshi was going to get dropped on crypto.com and stuff like that. It hasn't necessarily done it right now, but doesn't mean that it can't in the future. So with that being said, I know in the Discord a couple of you guys were talking about this morning as far as you know, jumping in on Ryoshi or adding to your bags. I don't think right now is a bad time, honestly. I don't think right now is a bad time at all. Honestly, I'm a little interested in jumping in on it. It's gotten to these levels. What pisses me off with Ibisu Bay is that every time me particularly, I go to like do buys or sells, it doesn't ever go through, right? And I'm sitting there for like 30 minutes trying to do a transaction and it doesn't go through. And I know a couple other people were telling me the same thing. Some other people are like, no, mine works every time. And I'm like, bro, I don't know, but it's pissing me off, you know? So that's why I've kind of stayed away from projects that are on Ibisu for in the last like few months. So I've honestly been waiting. Like I told you guys, I have a chunk of USDC, or actually I have a chunk of Crow that's sitting in my DeFi wallet that I'm kind of waiting, you know, to throw into a project. And right now I feel like on a lot of these projects is a decent time. A lot of them have bled out like crazy. I think the only one that's really coming off of a pump is Mary, right? Mary's the only one that's kind of coming off of a pump from yesterday with anticipation that they're going to be getting listed. We don't know how that's going to happen, but I told you if they don't get listed, Mary is going to dump epically, because this is like the 4th time that they've done this where they're like, we're about to get listed, and then they don't get listed. So hopefully that comes out. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's right. Rodney did ask for Popcat. I got you, bro. I got you. I guess I'm just going to be sitting here. We're going to be just looking at projects all day. Screw the news. Screw everything else. We're just going to be looking at projects all day. All right, guys? I'm just messing with you. So let's see here. But real quick, just to finish off what I was saying about Cronos. Me personally, what my plan is to get in and I mean like today, maybe the next week or two, like get in on just a solid project and just throw it in. I don't care if it goes down a little bit more or whatever the case is, because I think in the DeFi season, when we get into it, some of these high players like Mary, Call for sure, probably Ryoshi, you know, and then you have a couple other ones that are like Corgi AI, and maybe there's a couple that I'm not mentioning right now that are going to probably do really well when this money starts flowing back in, the volume starts coming back in on Cronos. So it's better to prepare now is what I'm getting to. Man, I slept. I don't know what happened, but my freaking neck is killing me today, guys. I don't know what it is. I was at the gym like a robot. I was like, oh man, I couldn't even lift. I had to just do cardio and stuff like that because I was like, I don't want to pull something in my freaking neck that's even worse. So, Twan said, what's your price prediction for ICP? Well, we're going to get into that, Twan. I'll bring that up right now. But let me check out my boy Rodney asked about PopCat. Let's pull that up real quick. What is PopCat's on? What is that? Ethereum based? Is it Solana based? It is Solana. Looks like it's bridged though. No, it's on Solana. Okay. PopCat's got $900 million market cap. Holy crap. This is a little sleeper right here. Look at this. Rodney, look at this. Freaking up. Was it 5,700 in the last year? This thing is up. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. This is like one of those. Hold on here. This is like one of those. I always see it on the bubbles, but I never even like check it out or anything like that. But I mean, it's like one of those that like this chart looks like Mog, is what it looks like. It literally looks like Mog's chart, where it just like keeps. It'll make a high and kind of find some support somewhere, retrace, and then a new high, retraces, new high. So what I'll say about PopCat is the market cap is absolutely, I mean, it's pretty big. It's coming up to that $1 billion market cap. Looking to see it's trading on crypto.com, Gate.io, Bybit. Obviously, you can buy it on the swaps for Solana. So I mean, it has exposure. Again, big market cap. Right now, it looks like it wants to get up towards that $1 mark. I think that $1 mark, which is right here, that $1 mark is going to be a mental spot where you're going to see probably a big spot for some resistance, is what I think. It's inevitable. You know it's going to come up to that $1, but I think that $1 is going to be a big spot for some rejection, in my opinion. We'll see. It could just fly right by it, but that $1, I'm telling you, is going to be close to it. And I haven't even looked at the circulating supply, but the fact that the market cap's at 900 something million, right? The price is at 94 cents. I'm gonna anticipate that this has either 1 billion or 1 trillion circulating supply. Circulating supply 980 billion, almost one. Yeah, look at that. I'm sorry, 980 million, right under a billion. Yep. So there's not a lot in circulation. Right under a billion. So I think as long as this can stay above the 236, which is about 75 cents, I don't think it's going to be coming back down to 75 cents. It could come back and retrace. That will still be bullish if it comes back down and bounces off the 236. Could easily move it up to that dollar. But what I would be looking towards is that $1 is going to be probably a big spot for some rejection, in my opinion. So we'll see how this plays out. I'll put this on our watch list, so we'll keep an eye on this daily. But good luck with this one. I think it's a solid project. Oh yeah, Twan asked, what's my prediction for ICP? I think ICP is going to absolutely freaking kill it, bro. I'm a little upset that I freaking sold off. I sold off at like 10:30 the other day. It didn't drop down back to where I wanted to buy in. I told you guys that I was looking at $9.17 or below. I really was looking at this level. I thought we were going to come back down and retest, just because this was a big spot that we were hitting our head at around $8.30. And just to kind of fill you guys in on, I did buy the dip right here, and I ended up selling around $10.30, around $10.30, somewhere around there. It might have been a little bit like maybe $10.31, somewhere around there. But I picked up like a 60% move off that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not upset, but I definitely want to get my position back. I wanted to get even more. Honestly, I anticipated that we were going to drop even more, but that's my issues, right? Those are my issues that I got to deal with. So I'll deal with it. But what is my predictions on ICP? I mean, sky's the limit with ICP, bro. I really do think the sky's the limit for ICP. A lot of people were hating on ICP, and now they've come to grow to know that ICP is probably one of the most decentralized projects in the crypto market, and they have their hands in absolutely everything from like AI to building an ecosystem, to having the projects built on top of them, to, I mean, staking, to, I mean, you freaking name it. They are doing it, have done it, and they're doing it very well. So, I mean, you guys, that's a whole nother freaking video right there where you have to look up the fundamentals on ICP. But ICP actually is a freaking game changer in my opinion. I've always said this. That's why if you guys can zoom in, you see this little box down here. That's where I originally was buying in on ICP when we were in the bear market. This was when your favorite YouTuber was like, ICP, I'm not looking up ICP, you know, because they all kind of jumped on the bandwagon of ICP was a scam because of what happened when they first initially launched. But when the smoke cleared and we found out exactly what happened, we found out that they were getting manipulated, the price, and it had to do with FTX. Believe it or not, FTX freaking just basically screwed them over as far as running the price up purposely and then dumping, you know, and they did that because they wanted to scare a bunch of investors and basically screw the project over. And they did pretty well as far as doing that, because up until probably a year ago, you had, like I said, you had a bunch of these idiots that didn't know what was going on, and they were just basically saying, oh yeah, ICP rug pulled. Oh, the dev team, yeah, they sold off so much. When if you really think about it, the dev team really did. They did sell a lot off, especially when we moved up. When they first initially dropped, ICP ran up to $750. The dev wallets, not the dev, but the people, not necessarily the devs like the high up. You gotta remember, ICP has like 300, 400 people that work on this team. A lot of them coming from other developers on other successful projects, right? And they were working for a year before the project dropped. And you know how they were getting paid? They weren't getting paid by US dollars. They weren't getting paid by the pound or anything like that. They were getting paid 100% through ICP. So when you got paid your weekly salary or whatever, however they did it, they were getting ICP. So when ICP shot up, these people after the initial launch, they took advantage of it and they sold big portions of their the money that they've been collecting for the last year. Any one of you guys would have done it as well, right? But we find out long term that it shouldn't have pumped that hard from $50 to $750 in like 2 days. But FTX, they manipulated the price and basically pumped the price and then dumped it. And it made it look like the devs were the ones that did it. So a lot of people were like, oh, screw ICP, it was the devs. And we find out it wasn't. It was all a complete lie. Look at the fundamentals, people. This project is absolutely stellar compared to a lot of projects out there. And I do think that they're going to do really well. Now, the question is where do I see ICP? We'll have to find out, bro. The sky's the limit. You know, the market cap, this isn't one of your small little market caps. I believe they're at like $3 or $4 billion. So they're a solid, yeah, they're almost at $5 billion. So they're not a small project, but I think this is where you would put your money in and have some stability. And I think that it's going to do nothing but climb. I wouldn't be surprised during this bull run if we see possibly like $100, $150 ICP is what I think. Maybe even higher, but we'll have to see how that plays out. Real quick, guys, make sure you guys slap those likes. I'm never gonna get to the news here. Jay's giving me more orders. He says meme slash VVS. Yes, sir. I'll bring that up right now. Yes, sir. I got you, bro. Is this on Cronos? Oh, right here. I got you right now, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If there's anything else you need, sir, you let me know. I got you right now, sir. All right. Oh, I already got some Twisted Tea ready, bro. What time is it right now? It's a little bit past noon. Like my boy Jimmy always used to tell me. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And we're going to be hanging out by the pool today. So that's why we have an early stream. Because we're in Florida, guys. You got to take advantage of the this Florida weather. It's freaking so hot. Sheesh, it's so hot. So for this project meme, you know, not gonna say it doesn't look bad. I mean, the liquidity looks good. The market cap freaking low as hell, which is a good thing, right? This thing could potentially have a big run up. been out for about 2 months, so I mean, it looks safe, right? I've seen the project plenty of times. It looks like they're legit. As far as like price range and stuff like that, all I can say is that it keeps hitting its head on the 786 right here. It is down, right? So I mean, if this is something long term, right? If you're long term on this project, possibly could be a good little buy area where you're at right now to be accumulating. 10 zeros. I'm sure for, let's see here, for $47, you get almost a freaking trillion. Isn't that crazy? So, I mean, doesn't look bad. Like I said, liquidity's there. Market cap is very low. So this thing, it won't take much. Someone can probably throw a few $1,000s in this thing and probably run it up. So, doesn't look bad. I'd probably... Personally, like I'll keep an eye on this. I'd probably put like $100 in here and just like whatever happens, right? I wouldn't put too much into it just because I don't know anything about the project. But I'm saying like I throw $100 in there, whatever happens. The only thing I think that's really like holding them back is that they're not on the top trending. For Cronos, it's not like Solana. Cronos, you got to be on this, like when you pull up the Cronos page, you got to be at this top, like at least top 20, 25. If you're not and you're all the way down here in the abyss, people have to scroll all the way down here. You're not going to, a lot of people are going to probably buy other projects before they get to that project, right? And that's why the volume is so low for that particular project right now, because there's not a lot of people stumbling across the project, so. Thank you. Twan said, what is the crypto news for today, Crip? Sheesh, Twan. Thank you for saving me, bro. Thought I was never going to get out of that wormhole. My gosh. Every time I look, Crip, can you look at this project? Crip, can you look at it? What's the odds of this project, Crip? All right, so let's pull up. I really don't have much, guys. So let's see here. So Donald Trump seeks $844,600 for the fundraiser seat at Bitcoin event. So you guys know that he is going to be speaking at the Bitcoin, oh, my neck's killing me. There's a big Bitcoin, forgetting the words that I need to say here, but a conference that's going to be up in Tennessee and Nashville, I believe. I believe it's this week or next week. It's sometime in the next week or two he's going to be there. But I guess he's having some kind of a, also where you can actually, only 100 people, I believe, are going to be able to come in here and talk to him and actually ask questions on what he really has in store for the crypto market. And this article kind of gives you a little bit of what he was saying. So Donald Trump is hosting a private fundraiser at the Bitcoin conference for 2024, offering various funding options for attendees. According to the recent report by Bloomberg, the fundraiser in Nashville will feature special guests, including the newly announced running mate J.D. Vance, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Tulsi Gabbard. The attendance limited to 100 to 150 donors. So yeah, small crowd. Trump's, let's see here. The event coincides with Trump's scheduled speech at the Bitcoin conference on July 27th. The report included an invitation showing that the options vary from $844,600 for a seat. I thought he was in total was trying to get that. Holy crap! Then if someone's dropping $800,000, they're probably going to be big wigs in the crypto market. Could be big people that own exchanges, people that are owning projects that have a lot of money and a lot of interest in the crypto, which I think is awesome, right? You're not going to have your average Joe Blow there asking dumb questions. You're going to have people like probably, that are running Coinbase. And I'm sure if CZ wasn't a wanted man or arrested right now, he would be there from Binance, and you might have a few other, like maybe like a couple of the bigger YouTubers, that can drop. That'd be dope if I Am George he should have invited I Am George, right? On behalf of all of us, he should have invited I Am George as one of those attendees there so he can really talk to him, and ask him some solid questions that all of us, I feel like George is still with us. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us retail, like, he still thinks like a retail investor and stuff like that. But, so $844,600 for a seat at a roundtable to a photo opportunities for $60,000 per person or $100,000 per couple. Whew. The $844,600 fee for a roundtable seat marks the highest allowable joint campaign donation to the Trump campaign, and the Republican National Committee under current campaign finance regulations. So let's see here. The former president is expected to demonstrate his latest stance on the crypto industry during the conference. Trump attended a Bitcoin miners gathering in June and voiced his support for Bitcoin in opposition to the central bank digital currency, the CBDC. Bitcoin mining, this is what I'm quoting, Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against the CBDC. Biden's hatred of Bitcoin only helps China, Russia, and the radical communist left, stated Trump in a post. And I'm quoting again, we want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. It will help us be energy dominant. I mean, that right there, and I want to add on as well. So if you guys are, and remember, we're not getting political. Trump's son, forgot, is it Byron? I think it is his son. Maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. His son's like, what, 18 or something like that? I think he just graduated high school, if I'm not mistaken, but he's like all crypto. He's like all crypto, right? And I think he is the one that kind of sparked Trump a year ago to really get pro crypto and really look into it and understand that it's not against the dollar, right? It's basically a store of value as far as Bitcoin, right? And it's not trying to oppose or try to go against the dollar by any means or try to take out, any of the dollars. It's actually a form of a store of value, right? And that's why I always hate saying cryptocurrencies. I always hate using that currency part behind it when you're talking about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin really is not trying to be a currency that you go and you buy stuff with, right? It's more like what you use or what you accumulate to have a store of value, right? That you can trade for dollars, right? But you don't really necessarily want to hold on to it because it's only going to build in value. And yeah, Byron, thank you so much. But what I like is that he has his son that's, young, right? Understands crypto. And he's been really talking to his dad about crypto, explaining everything, and I think that's why Trump particularly has really changed his stance on cryptocurrency. And now, I mean, with this being said about, and I quote, Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against the CBDC. He doesn't want a CBDC, right? Remember, you go back a year ago and everybody was talking about it's for sure going to happen where the government, we're not going to have any dollars. It's just going to be all digital and they're going to be able to track any and everything that you do financially, right? We don't want that. We don't want that. We know down the road it's probably going to happen of some kind of extent, right? But we don't want that. We want to freely be able to do what we want with our money and not have Uncle Sam looking over your shoulder, right? We don't want that. That's what they're doing over in China, and the reason is because they want to watch every transaction. They want to see what everything's where the money's going, where it's coming from, and that right there takes your freedom away. I in my opinion, right? And then the other thing that he said is that we want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. Now, you guys know we love everybody. We're international. I think that, anybody that's pro crypto is great. And I think that, don't think that he's saying like we need to make sure that the UK, we need to make sure that, Germany or whatever, Germany's kind of on our crap list right now. But you understand what I'm saying? We're not against any of these other countries. We just want to be pro crypto as well, right? What we've done in America and the States in the last few years is we've driven a lot of these central exchanges and a lot of mining out of America, right? And they've established in a lot of these other countries. We don't want that necessarily. We want to keep them in these pro crypto countries where they can mine freely and and just build in our countries. That's what we want, and that's what I think he's saying. So I know he's always going to say in USA. I don't think he's against any of these other. He's just like any of your politicians. If you're in the UK, I keep saying UK, but anybody that's international, you want those politicians to be pro your country, right? You want to make sure that they're looking out for your country's interests, building your country. You're not saying screw everybody else in the world, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your country is benefiting from all this, right? And that's what I think he's getting to. So. Let's see here if there's anything else. So the Republican Party has expressed a favorable attitude towards cryptocurrency. In July 12th's TV interview with Fox Business, Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lumis said maintaining Bitcoin in reserves could keep the U.S. dollar strong. That right there is very bullish as well. And I did see a couple YouTubers talking about that as far as the U.S. considering keeping a percent of Bitcoin to back the dollar. Bro, that would be absolutely, and that would be like, I'm not going to say the most bullish that we could see, but if the U.S. starts doing that, if they haven't already, but if they start doing that where they're accumulating Bitcoin and they're like, let's say they're holding 10% of our assets are being backed by crypto, right? Remember, our dollar used to be backed by gold, and they in the 70s they took that off of they took the dollar off the gold standard, right? If they're gonna add Bitcoin, not 100%, but even like 10%, bro, that would be so freaking bullish, because you know what happens and what starts off in the States goes worldwide, right? And same thing would happen in a lot of these other countries, and Germany's gonna be looking back like, shit, we just sold last year. I'm talking in the future. They're like, shit, we just sold $3 billion last year. Excuse me, $3 billion of Bitcoin. We freaking sold it so we can finance this war that's going on over here in Europe. Shit, now everybody's buying Bitcoin and backing their dollar with it, or backing their currency with it. We have to buy more. But sir, Bitcoin's at $140,000 now. I don't know what to do. We have to buy back. Right? Something like that probably is going to happen, and they're going to look back and they're going to kick themselves, you know? But you know what? Thank you for the dip, Germany. We appreciate that. So Bitcoin tops 67,000 as cryptocurrency rallies amid global IT outage. Who was affected yesterday by the outage yesterday? I was expecting that it was going to be like I was going to go on the computer and everything was down. Everything seemed to be okay with myself. You know, I heard like the airports and stuff like that were down, but I didn't experience anything on my end as far as like anything down. Did you guys experience anything? Let me know. Someone said check out Floki. We'll check out Floki here. We'll get back to the charts here in a second if you're still here, bro. Of course, Troy said Trump needs an NFK shirt. Bro, just imagine like the RNC that just passed. If Trump would have came out with his bandage on his ear, and he had one of the no FUD koala hoodies that we were just selling, bro. Right now, I would honestly say that our market cap would probably be at like 50 million, if not more, right now. That would be insane. We need to get a hold of Byron. That's who we need to get a hold of, bro. We need to get a hold of Byron, and because that's our ticket to get to Trump. So Friday's crypto rally defined past days' correlation with U.S. equities, which continued their losing streak. So Bitcoin hit a 1-month high price, surging 5.5% over the past 24 hours. Solana rose 8%, topping 170 for the first time since early June. Crypto observers highlighted the resiliency of decentralized blockchains as a malfunctioning software update caused worldwide disruptions in IT systems. I don't think, like I said, nothing really was affected that I heard of as far as with anything crypto related. It's Baron Trump. What am I calling him? Byron? Baron Trump. All right, Baron Trump. So the crypto rally resumed on Friday with Bitcoin notching its highest price in a month while the world grappled with a major IT outage. Bitcoin started rising from 64,000 during the early U.S. trading hours and broke above 67,000 later in the day for the first time since June 17th. The price increase was accompanied. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm like losing my my reading skills here. So the price increase was accompanied by strong trading values for BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. At a press time, the largest crypto asset changed hands slightly above 67,000, advancing to 5.5% over the past 24 hours. You know what it is? I don't have a twisted tea with me. That's what it is. I noticed my reading skills go from like here to like here once I just get that first sip in of that twisted tea. That's what it is. So Solana led among altcoins major. Let's see here. So Solana led among altcoins majors with an 8.5% increase over the same period, topping the $170 for the first time since early June. The token outperformed the broad-based digital asset benchmark CoinDesk 20 Index CD20, which rose 4.3%. So they're giving out what we saw as far as bigger cap projects as of the 19th through the 18th through the 19th yesterday. And Solana was 8.5%. Solana had a nice run. Filecoin was at 8%. APT, I don't know what that one is, but Near, Render, Bitcoin, AVAX, we have CD20, and then ICP was up 5%, HBAR about 5%, and Chainlink was about 4.5%. So you can see that Solana was holding some big grounds yesterday as far as 8.5%. And if we pull up Solana's chart, she's still holding. She's at 170 again. She just ripped. Look at that. Let's zoom in on that 2 hour, because remember, we were mapping out that bull flag that was potentially playing out. And look at that. Look at that, guys. What do I keep telling you guys? This right here is going to be a bullish. This is a bullish chart here. And I keep telling you guys this because we keep forming bull flags, breaking out. Bull flags, breaking out. Right? I keep telling you guys, I said this at the beginning of the stream, $210 is a freaking hop skipping away, and we're probably going to be there if the markets as a whole do really well. We're less than 11% away from making this local high right here for Solana. And you know, you guys saw it yesterday. NFK, I haven't even brought up NFK today. NFK, let's see here. Yesterday, as of yesterday, we jumped up, what was it, like 20% yesterday? We came from down here, jumped up 20%. Now, what's great is, I wanted to point this out, and I know he's probably watching because I know who this wallet is. They try to do some stuff. This wallet, I know the original wallet where all this came from. This person, it looks like they bought in and they're selling for gains. They're actually selling for complete losses on this wallet, which, you know what? I'm not even upset about that, right? But this person, this particular person right here, and like I said, I'm sure they're watching, so they're probably like, but you know what? I don't even care, bro. Look at whenever we had our beautiful whale come in and start buying in, they were the first to start selling off. Look at this. Selling off. And every time we have some kind of a pump, they sell off, right? So you guys want to talk about people trying to manipulate the charts here? This particular person right here, which I won't even call them out, right? Because they've sold everything out, and they sold for a loss, believe it or not, because they were buying in. Look at this. They were buying in when we were pumping like crazy at highs. But look at this. Look where they were selling off again. Right when we started pumping, they started selling off, right? And this is people that are in our Discord, right? Like I said, not going to call them out, but these are what we have to deal with. We have people that are sitting there like, NFK to the moon. And then on the back end, right when we see any kind of pumps, they want to start selling off. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But what I was getting to is that yesterday, Solana was pumping. Solana pumped about 8%. NFK pumped 20% yesterday. So we're not doing bad. The reason why I brought that particular wallet up was that, you know, I'm happy they sold off everything. They sold off everything. And I know you're watching. Take that L. Hold that L. I know you were buying in on what? Daddy? This dude's buying in on Daddy. He's selling NFK and buying in on Daddy. Let's see how Daddy's doing. Oof. Looks like you're taking L's everywhere, bro. He's been buying in on Daddy as this thing has been just slowly bleeding out. Ugh. Hold that L, bro. Hold that up. Please don't buy back on our project. Honestly, we don't want people like you in here in the project that are just going to keep selling off whenever we see any kind of movement. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's coming from the whole squad. But what I'm getting to, guys, I wanted to say this was on my chest. And when I saw him selling off his last bit earlier, I was like, thank you, bro. Good riddance, bro. Kick rocks. Solana yesterday was on a nice run. 8%. We saw NFK running up about 20%. And this is what I'm telling you guys is with Solana moving up continuously, it's going to do nothing but positive for our project, right? Obviously, we're going to want to see the buys continue to come in, right, as Solana's moving up. But at the same time, we're going to move parallel with Solana because like I keep telling you guys, our market cap, when you see our market cap, 70,000, our liquidity at almost 30,000, that's all in Solana. That's all in Solana right there, right? There's nothing, it's just 100% Solana. So when Solana's moving up, we're going to move up with it, like I tell you guys. So let's just hope the best for Solana. That's why I decided to build on the Solana ecosystem, because I know long-term Solana is going to do absolutely phenomenal, right? Like I said, I honestly think that we're going to see somewhere around a $300 to $500 Solana in the thick of this bull run. Imagine if Solana gets up to $400. It's at 170. Imagine if it gets up to $400. Just alone, our market cap will double off of just that alone, just because we hold so much Solana in our liquidity. And then imagine on top of that, you could feel it yesterday. Solana's pumping. Our buys were coming in. We had almost 100% buys. The only sells that we had yesterday was this idiot. This was the only idiot. You see a sea of green, and this idiot's the only one that's selling off. That's why I'm saying, a good riddance, bro. I hope Daddy absolutely tanks on you, bro, because you deserve it. Jasmy said, try Moscow Mule cans, 100% haters or 100% hitters. Jasmy, you're trying to get me drunk on this stream, bro. I can't be doing all that. 10%, bro? That'll have me out here freaking. You guys don't want to see Crip on a 10% freaking Moscow Mule. That wouldn't be good. YouTube would probably jump in and be like, all right, you got to go, bro. You're getting too drunk. We got 3 kids right now watching your show. You guys all saw the new emojis that we dropped on here, right? Let's see here. Art's dropping the Trump. We also have Biden for the Biden lovers with his ice cream. We got that Hakatua on there. We got it. But all in all, guys, the market's looking good. We are looking good, guys. I honestly do think this week we're going to have a solid week ahead of us. I really do believe it. So, I mean, the only thing we can do is not hope, because we don't do hope in crypto, but just plan accordingly, right? Plan accordingly with everything, because I think we're going to be all right. I really do. So, Bitcoin's having a little move too as well. Real quick, guys, before we end anything, make sure you guys are hitting that like, hitting that subscribe. Tomorrow, for all my members, tomorrow we're going to have a solid stream. I have something for you guys. All right, so make sure you guys can join. It'll be probably around the same time. If you can't join, don't worry. Just watch the stream after whenever you get a chance. You'll see what's going on, and everything will be. You won't miss out on anything. All right. Troy said NFK to the moon. Barron Trump. We're gonna have to start tagging him on Twitter. Another thing too, guys. Before you leave, someone brought it to my attention. They showed me, and it was actually, they were tagging us. They were tagging our Twitter page. Someone made a fake NFK Twitter page. Be very cautious. They sent everybody friend requests. So if you're already, Jay said, when's the merch shipping? That's a good question. It said that we should be getting our merch between the 25th and like the 29th. So you should have your stuff in the next week or two. Right when I get my hoodie, bro, that's all I'm wearing on stream. And I told you guys, the new batch is nothing but fire. It's nothing but fire. It's coming out soon. I might come with a different distributor. We're going to see how it is. The reason why I did like that distributor was that the hoodies were like $35, I think it was, but it was like $5 to ship. But what I liked about it was $5 to ship worldwide, if I'm not mistaken. So that was one thing I wanted to focus on, was that, the last person. And I think remember the last person that was going to be doing our merch that we had to remove from the channel? I'm pretty sure that's the person that created that fake Twitter account. Out there, bro. Out there. When they get upset, it just fuels them. You know what I'm saying? They're like, so they're trying to it's just like, just buzz off, bro. Buzz off, right? No hard feelings. Just move on. But so two things. Be careful with that other Twitter page. It's completely fake. If you look at some of the credentials, like when you click into the links, it's all fake shit. They have a fake. They literally copied our fake our website, made a fake website. Everything's fake. So be cautious. If you do see it, it should say at no. The fake one says at no fud koala. It has 2 L's. Right? It's a fake account. Unfollow. Just block them. I blocked them from everything that we have as far as our socials, but I did see that they followed everybody that we have. So be careful. Now, back to the merch real quick. $5 for shipping. I went with them because the person that was going to be doing our merch was like telling people in the chat, oh, for the UK it's $40 to ship. I'm like, so you're trying to charge them like $40 or $50 for a hoodie and then $50 to ship? I'm like, bro, it's a complete ripoff. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I went with this bigger distributor, because they've already set up worldwide to where they can ship off, you know, in a lot of these different international countries, and the shipping is still the same as if you were buying in the States. So, but the merch should be getting sent off for everybody that bought in the next week or two. We'll be rocking them. Make sure, and anybody that did buy in, I did send them $5 in NFK as well. So next batch will be coming out. I'll let you guys know exactly what that entitles and what the designs are and stuff like that, and who we're going with. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Flip's in the house. Oh, what's going on, Flip? We're about to end the stream, bro. What's going on? Flip, I was telling everybody tomorrow, the members only stream, I have something for you guys. I want to make sure everybody gets in there. If you guys don't, then it is what it is. Just watch it after the fact. But other than that, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I have a pool to get to with the fam. It's all good, bro. Tomorrow we'll have our streams as well. But like I said, you guys have a good day today. I'm about to go get me a nice cold twisted tea, sit by the pool, enjoy myself. You guys do the same thing. Be safe out there. If you're working, grind, kill it. Just keep focusing on that financial freedom. All right, guys? We'll all be there eventually. Other than that, guys, I thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. I will see my members tomorrow morning, and I'll see everybody else right after that stream. All right, guys? Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you later.